Rain's coming down, isn't it?
Yeah, we're getting wet
now.
It's like England.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Here we go. All right, Ludvig, first question. Do you look at your stats?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Not overly.
Okay.
I feel like I was just saying. I feel like I have a pretty healthy relationship with stats. A couple of years ago, I was diving pretty deep into it, and it, you know, it's interesting and it's fun because you're always looking for things to improve on. But when you're playing, you should just play. You shouldn't think of, you know, anything stats related, in my opinion, and then let the analyzation take over afterwards.
Okay.
But it's definitely an interesting debate.
Okay. So the reason why was because we're going to put you at 200 plus yards,
Yep.
and you rank really highly with that, so you're doing a good job, just in case you didn't know. But yeah, I think what we'd love to do is, we'd love to have a look at what you're thinking about on technique, you know, anything that you're working at specifically at the moment, where your game is at from a golf swing point of view. And then definitely we've got a couple of flags there. That back left flag is particularly tricky. Just going through your process and your strategy.
Okay.
So again, remind me, Andy, sorry.
202 to the middle and 212 to the back.
Okay, so should we pull a few out there and then we can,
Right.
we'll walk over and see what we can get.
Perfect. Let's do it. So, I mean, I'll get these three, something like that.
We'll hold the other ones you don't
Yeah,
need.
it's a little bit wet and rainy today, so not gonna get flying that crazy far today, I think.
So us Europeans are getting the blame for this weather, you realise, yeah?
This is a nice day in Wolverhampton, Piers. This is.
Okay.
Summer day.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's just go from this one here.
Yep.
So let's go, we'll just go for the middle flag on this one.
It's 202.
202. What are you, I suppose, is there anything specifically in your golf swing you're working at right now?
Yeah, a couple of things. I feel like, you know, I have a little tendency of getting a little bit too steep going in my downswing. So when I do that, I'll sort of either do this or do that. So I'll try, depending on what shot I want to hit. I'm trying to be very cautious and aware of the setup that I'm doing. So if I try to turn it over, I need to kind of get my right foot back a little bit. I need to strengthen the face a little bit at setup. Otherwise, it's just going to be a pool.
Yeah.
And then I always have the same thing where I tend to get a little bit lacy in my hip rotation. So I'll sway, and then obviously the upper body goes this way, and then I'll have to go a little bit this way.
And we spoke about that before.
Yeah,
like,
so like
about a year
that's
ago,
something
yeah.
that I'm always sort of struggling with and working on, and that kind of keeps coming back.
Yeah. And we see with an amateur golfer that a sway is an early sway is actually okay, which you get, but it's almost when you get that late sway, it's when it stays around almost, and you don't quite recenter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, you know, I don't shift the pressure properly over on my left side, and I get a little bit lazy and sort of out of it. So it's not a very nice way to play golf, but we're working on it.
So how do you don't ask the question.
Just show us where you want to be in terms of the top of your backswing, and show us where you don't really like seeing actually.
So if I have a video and it's face on, I like to see that I'm creating a little bit of space here. So if I were to draw a straight line here, if this is a club face, I'd like to see a little bit of a gap here.
Okay.
And when I get lacy, there is no gap, you know. So I like to feel like, you know, I get the pressure in more on my right heel.
Yeah.
And then from there, obviously my upper body is going to be a little bit more this way. So from here, I can just shift it over and get more that way.
Do you find that spine angle is a key contributor to the steepness?
Yes and no. Yes and no, because if I solve this, I'll solve this without really thinking about it. So it's almost like it's at the, you know, the chicken or the egg.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. All right, let's go that middle flag.
Yep.
So what are you thinking, as you see this shot, what's the shot that you would see?
So I think if you wake me up at 3 a.m., I'll naturally just hit a little cut, a little fade. So that would be my preferred shot, and sort of my technique and all those things sets up for that. Okay. So try to do that.
Yeah, that's it. One thing we hear all the time, Andy, is they talk about Ludvig and they think how simple it looks. I'm sure it's probably not as simple for Ludvig all the time.
I wish it was.
Yeah. But everything seems so simple. It's decent, just didn't quite get that cut back, did it?
Yeah, a little pull.
It's in the one.
Yeah,
if you're in a situation on the golf course where that shot happens, when it just pulls just a little bit, and it's not that far off, but what does that shot do to you? Does that make you go, oh, I need to fix it? Or do you go, no, the fade is quite predictable and it's just going to be there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit of both, I think, in my opinion, because obviously, you know, it's a balance between what does it look like when I'm playing my best, and when it's not looking that way, how can I still score?
Yeah.
And I can get around sort of cutting it.
Yeah.
But ideally, I'd like to feel like I can turn it over, I can hit all the shots, and sort of, I get up to a hole and I'll see a draw and I'll be able to hit the draw. You know, that's the state that I'd like to be in.
Yeah.
That's always not going to be the case, and that's when you sort of have to, I mean, I have these few little keys and sort of things that during a round that I'll try to, like, hey, I'll use this key, and you know, like, this is one of them. Tempo is always going to be one of them, because when I get quick, I'll do a little bit of this in my takeaway. So you'll see me do a little bit of this just to feel like I'm slowing it down a little bit.
And that'll be definitely a swing thought for you, but also is it a conscious thought in any kind of pre-shot waggle or anything like that?
Yeah, it is for sure, for sure. Because I tend to get a little fast, I tend to get a little quick. Not only in the way that I swing it, but also the way I talk, and like I'm running down the fairways, and you know, you'll see Joe kind of like pull me back a little bit because I'm so excited, I want to go play.
There you go.
And that actually bleeds into my golf swing because it gets a little quick, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do that. So.
Okay, love it, love it. All
Okay,
right, let's go middle flag again.
Rain's coming down, isn't it?
Yeah, we're getting wet
now.
here. This is not so good.
It's like England.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
One of the things that you're renowned for is your, let's say, your no-nonsense approach to hitting the shot. You get up there and you don't mess around, you hit it. How does your routine just allow you to be so fast? You know, can you talk through your process and how you can just get up there and, like, boom, just go?
Yeah, I've always had the idea that, you know, when we're standing back here and we're talking about the shot, we're talking about 5-iron or 202 or whatever, that's one part of it. And then when that's done, we step into here, and that's just execution. So whenever I'm here, I've already made a decision that we're going to hit the 5-iron and coming down on this line or whatever. So once that's done, it's just about to hit the ball. And I mean, I made a conscious decision of making creating a fast routine for that reason, because I think it's healthy. And yeah, that's just the way that I see it, I guess.
I love this because I think there's so many golfers who struggle with this, who'd be watching this video going, okay, so for you, everything is done here. Where can I not miss? What does a good shot look like? Where do I want to hit it? What's the shape? What's the yardage? What's the conditions? How's it all going to affect the golf ball?
Yeah.
It's almost like that's in one box, and then you cross over into another box,
That's
and then it's just like, play the game. Yeah. You don't want any indecision there about going.
No, you know, you always want aggressive execution, you know, whether that's a conservative shot or not. I always want the execution to be aggressive, and I would get more frustrated with myself if I don't do that, rather than, you know, pushing it 5 yards or pulling it 5 yards.
Let's hit a shot to the back flag. We've got 212.
This has got aggressive execution.
This needs aggressive
written
execution.
all over it, but maybe to a safer place.
Okay.
So what's your approach to this one? We've got a back left flag, 212. You've got like 5 yards left of the flag really to play with, and then we've got what back?
So you got 7 to the back, but it does bank up a little bit, so there's a slight backstop. But if you go 3 yards left of the flag, sorry, right of the flag, and go 7 yards, you're probably going to fall off the back of the other side as well.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, without really knowing what it looks like, it feels like putting from short right would be okay. So I would always, you know, I try to always compartmentalize and picking a shot that, okay, if I don't pull it off, I'll be over here, rather than picking a shot where if I don't pull it off, I'll be over here. So if I, you know, depending on the number, I might hit a 4-iron. If I try to turn it over, if I don't turn it over, I'll just be short right, because it's still 210 yards when it's rainy and it's a back pin, so you're not going to make a 3 from here.
But your stats say you're really good.
Maybe that's because I'm not really forcing it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And, you know, stats would also say that 3 shots from this point is pretty good. And if you do 2 every now and then, thumbs up. And I think that would be my way of trying to approach this shot, because I think once you try to force a 4-iron to a back pin, that's when you're sort of approaching it a little bit.
So you're building in really a miss here. You're going, well, look, I'm planning a miss. If I if I hit it a little left, it's maybe move towards the flag.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that the flag's 212. Where's your spot? What's your number here, and how do you approach that?
Yeah, 212. We have a little breeze into us, a little rain. The rain's probably going to take off a little bit too. 210. Say we want to land at 210. It's probably going to be close to a 225 shot.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And that's 4-iron for you?
Yeah, I got to think back because I'm in meters, but 225. Yeah, it'd be a 4-iron for me today. Holy what?
I didn't do a
We
good
have
job
a
then,
towel?
did I? Caddy is sacked.
Have we got a towel?
I can't hit that.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Thanks.
Shape-wise on this, still that high fade?
Yes. Yes.
Would you ever consider draw here?
Yeah, you know, it's actually a shot that me and my caddy have been talking about quite a bit, is that, so especially if it starts blowing this way, in off your left, and you have a back left pin or a short left pin, sort of what shot do you pick? Where do you get the miss at? Because when I step up, I sort of naturally see a little draw or something straight, but that's not necessarily, you know, the right way to play it. So,
All right, let's see it.
I'll play a little draw in there.
Love it. Always thinking about it. Let's just go one more. It's probably all the amount of water on the golf ball.
That's even not like that's not a
still
bad
good
miss
though,
though,
isn't
is
it?
it? With that,
Yeah,
for
it's
that
a
yardage.
little bit sort of what I was talking about. You know, if I try to turn it over, if I turn it over, great, it's by the hole.
Yeah.
But if I don't, I'm just putting from right, and you know, maybe I'll even sneak in a 30-footer.
There you go.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But that's good though, it's so safe. That's a par still as you play in that hole, so that's good.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. Here we go. We said that at
We
the same
said that
time.
at the same time, yeah. Obviously, that's nice.
I think next time we'll just give you some wedges or something as opposed to 200-yard shots into the rain. Thanks, man. Great to see you as
stuff, yeah,
always.
thank you. Great
Good luck
insight.
the rest of the season, yeah?
Thanks,
Yeah, enjoy
guys.
the rest of the season.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.